Hello everyone, this is me Ayub Hamidi from the platform of projectgreenearth.org. The topic of today's awareness creation video is what is climate change and how it is affecting us all. As we all know that Earth contains a very delicate balance of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere that allows the life to flourish on planet Earth. Let us consider the example of two other planets in our solar system. The first one is Mars. It has an extremely low concentration of greenhouse gases. Nearly all of the greenhouse gases in Mars is made of CO2. As a result of the low concentration of CO2 gas in the atmosphere of Mars, there exists no life on the planet Mars, and large parts of it is completely frozen. On the contrary, the atmosphere of Venus planet contains 154,000 times more CO2 than the presence of CO2 in the atmosphere of Earth. Due to the extremely high concentration of CO2 gas in the atmosphere of Venus, the surface temperature is so hot, it's so warm enough that it can actually melt lead. So now we all know that, or as we all know, the concentration of CO2 gas in the atmosphere does make a difference, and it's actually the right balance of it actually facilitates the presence of life on any planet, as we have seen in the cases of Earth, Venus, and Mars. As I have told you before, planet Earth, the atmosphere of planet Earth has the right concentration and the balance of greenhouse gases that allows the life to flourish on planet Earth. It is quite sad to know that since the beginning of industrial era, and particularly from 1950, our unsustainable reliance on fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas has actually increased the concentration of greenhouse gases and particularly CO2 in our atmosphere. According to NASA, for centuries the concentration of CO2 gas in our atmosphere stayed below 300 parts per million. It has started to increase, particularly from year 1950, and the current reading for the concentration of CO2 gas in our atmosphere is 411 parts per million. This increase in the concentration of CO2 gas in our atmosphere is basically the real reason for the average temperature increase on planet Earth, and this increase in the average temperature is then leading to one of the most pressing and complex environmental issues of today's era that we refer to as climate change. In 1978, the temperature of the Earth started increasing continuously or permanently. In 1978, it was like 0.07 degrees Celsius. Since then, it has started increasing like this in an increasing pattern or in an exponential pattern. In the year 2017, the overall increase in the global average temperature of Earth was 0.9 degrees Celsius. Before 1978, temperature increase had fluctuation in its pattern, but since 1978 onwards, it is just going straight upwards. So there's a continuous increase in the global average temperature of Earth since the year 1978, and it is only because of increase in the concentration of CO2 gas in our atmosphere that was prior to 1950 was under 300 parts per million, and now in the most recent reading for the concentration of CO2 gas in atmosphere is 411. As we all know, climate change is the most pressing environmental issues of our present era, and it actually causes a financial loss of around US $1.2 trillion to global economy on annual basis. So what could be the top 3 solutions that can help individuals to mitigate climate change at individual level, local level, regional level, national level, and globally, and at the national or international level across the globe? The first and the foremost is we individuals have the power to choose clean electricity to power our houses and cars. Choose clean electricity over conventional sources of power production, coal, oil, and gas. The second step that we can take that would create a big dent or a clear difference in mitigating climate change is to choose public transport over private vehicles. This would actually reduce our carbon footprint at the individual level and at group level as well. Third and the last most important step that we can take is to reduce the amount of waste we produce and to recycle more and more than we've ever did before. Thank you for your time and attention, and have a nice week. Take care.